Atlanta Hawks. The oldest franchise in their division began play in 1946 as the Buffalo Bisons in the NBL, though the franchise after 38 days of play immediately moved to Moline, Illinois of all places to become the Tri-Cities Blackhawks that same year. Why? They had to draw 3,600 people at minimum to their games and were barely cracking 1,000. If you don't know where Moline is, it's on the Illinois-Iowa border and part of the Quad Cities. Tri-Cities refers to Moline, Rock Island, Illinois, and Davenport, Iowa. To make it quad, you add Bettendorf, Iowa. Of course, Bisons is a cliche name for teams in Buffalo, just ask their AAA team for instance. Their new name in Moline was derived from Chief Blackhawk and a color scheme of black and white just like the hockey team. 1949 saw the NBL-BAA merger, followed by 1951 involving a move to Milwaukee. It's shocking to me that this franchise lasted longer in Illinois than the Stags and Packers/Zephyrs. The move to Milwaukee saw the team shorten the name to just Hawks, and also be awful on the court to where they moved to St. Louis in 1955. They would gain the color scheme of blue and white in Milwaukee, which carried over to St. Louis where red was even added. The blue would be lightened in 1965. Due to demands for a new arena and refusing to share with the then new St. Louis Blues, the Hawks moved again, but this time to Atlanta where they remain today. The team started emphasizing light blue more in their uniforms until straight up replacing red with bright green in 1970. Atlanta Seahawks? They would change to red and yellow in 1972 to coincide with the inaugural season of the Atlanta Flames, and that's where the true evolution begins, with looks from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s being of their time, all while maintaining red and yellow. 2007 saw a redesign that replaced yellow with navy blue, though this look would be replaced in 2015 with the ugly carbon fiber design that was red, dark gray, and what they dubbed energy green. Ugh. The team saw sense in 2020 to redesign and go back to basics, with a look derived from the mid to late 70s. As a result, the white association and red icon were exactly what the team needed. You seriously put Trae Young in that prior look? These two are marvelous clean looks with plenty of detail to help break up their main colors, especially where the yellow is concerned. And unlike the Flames, I don't feel the need for black to be added here. I think these two are perfect as is, apart from one of them begging to have Hawks across the front instead of Atlanta. Speaking of black, their black statement is also marvelous, and seeing how this is the only one of their main set with Hawks on the front, I'm thinking this is referring to their alternate from the 94-95 season, or it's a coincidence. No classic edition, but after seeing them participate in that in Nike's first two seasons, I think the 95-99 threads are due for a one-year return, or at least the 80s threads. The city jersey features the early 90s giant font, but in a box because I don't know. Apparently the use of this shade of blue is part of a theme called Lift As We Fly. I get it, but this thing is bland. Surely the team that came up with MLK, Peachtree, and 1995 in yellow could have come up with something better than this. Starting last year, Atlanta's jersey sponsor has been the YMCA, who need no introduction. Though it's distracting with the Y on the jersey, much like what the Tampa Bay Lightning are experiencing right now. At least overall, the Hawks are a good redesign, as the team definitely honed it in here after years of mid to bad uniforms stretching back to the Adidas era. That concludes the Eastern Conference. Tomorrow we begin the Western Conference and the Southwest Division with the Memphis Grizzlies.